who it could be. Look at that. That is a new Benchmark. It's a home hardware brand here in Canada. Water pump. 7 horsepower, I think is what it is. And we'll be using this to water the garden and, God forbid, even a little bit of fire protection around the key here. No hydrants anywhere near, so this will have to do. All right, come along for the ride. Let's get this thing set up. Okay, so this is Benchmark BP series. Nice little unit. Rolls around really nicely. Like one hand, move it around on those wheels. Easy, easy, easy. So we'll get it all set up to run here. Need some oil, put some gas in it, check it out, and go from there. So we're going to, given it our temperatures, so it's going to be running that. We're not running minus temperatures really, so most likely we'll run either 1040, 1030 in it. Let's see what I got. Maybe I have some 530. That'd work too. So let's get to her. So that's where we're going, right there. Okay, to do this job successfully, you want one of these. And we're going to use that 1030 Rotella T. Triple protection. Oh, it's oil, so that's going in. 600 mils it says. We're going to clean the funnel with this stuff. Make sure that we're not getting any gunk in the engine right away. Look good? Good to me. Replace oil every 100 hours. Now, it doesn't have an hour meter on it, or Hobbs meter, but we'll figure out how long it runs on a tank of fuel and go from there. 600 mil. Dipstick. Black one, not the one talking. None. I guess it wants to go. Don't spill now. Oh, don't spill. There we go. And we're good. Alright. Alright. Add oil before use. Check. Done that. Okay. I'm gonna put some go-go juice in this thing. So, not doing that in the back of the truck. Pretty light, actually. Okay, so little tip for those that have to store their gas in places that temperature goes up and down lots. Take the funnel straw or neck thingy dooey out, because when the temperature changes lots, it's in the fuel and it siphons the fuel out of the tank. So it doesn't matter how tight you crank that lid on, it'll still leak. So little tip. So E10 versus E15 versus E85, so I guess that's how those ethanol blend things to these. It's not that we have much of a choice up here in Northern Ontario. We get regular, period. I think there might be premium at one of our stations, but yeah, not much for choice. There is a little filter in there, like a strainer filter. Leave it in. It'll save you some grief later on, because you're not dealing with dirt in the carburetor. Oh. I even grip. I caught it on camera. So this pump comes with a section of lay flat hose and I think it's a 10-foot section of intake hose. So 10 foot might be enough for where I normally used to have the little pump and get down to the water. And we'll see. And then it's got a strainer on the end of that. So let's go see if it works. We have a visitor watching us make this video. Yeah, life's tough here at the quay. Okay, so this pump, I guess, has a bit of a ability to pull, well, it has to pull water, but it'll never pull water with the fitting looking like that. See how it's just metal on metal? It would just connect up to the casting on the pump. That'll never seal. It'll always be pulling air. So there's 2 O-rings included with the kit. Has to be in there, because if it's not in there, it will never ever work right. You might get a little bit of water, but you'll never get the full flow. So we're good now. So again, be careful not to cross-side stuff, folks, because you'll be cursing yourself later. Now this is a finger tight arrangement. It doesn't need to be any height tighter than that. In the water. Sort of. There we go. Not critical with this hose, but you still should put that O-ring on there. That way you don't have any issues with leakage at the pump. So this is supposedly 25 feet. O-ring, or gasket, or whatever you want to call it. Basically a 2-inch. There. That more gooder. Hopefully we don't get wet. Or too wet. Now, I'm not sure that this is a Honda engine. It looks a heck of a lot like a Honda engine. But, anyway, throttle, choke, I think. Yeah, and then a fuel on and off. If it's like any other Honda engine I know, shut the fuel off anytime you're transporting it, because they have a habit of filling, or at least the cylinder head, or with fuel, excuse me, not oil, and it'll hydraulically lock. So not good. You gotta pull the plug, flush it out, or pull it over a couple times, get the fuel out, and then put the plug back in. Hopefully it starts. Anyway, I think we got everything the way we need it to be. We'll turn the fuel back on. Throttle, it's air, slow, fast. Gotta prime the pump, put water in there, and so the instructions, or destructions, whatever you want to call them, say that the pump will actually take up to an 1/8 inch solid, which is pretty decent actually. A little O-ring on there too. And what we're going to do, we're basically going to fill up the pump a little bit. See if we can get it in the hole. There we go. Now, the strainer at the end of the intake hose, or the suction hose, it is not a check valve. It's not a foot valve, they call it. So it won't hold the prime very well. What I've done in the past to keep the prime, or have a prime close by, is the hose that's going to the garden, I crimp off to hold the water uphill from the pump. That way when you go to start the pump next time, you uncrimp the hose, water fills the pump. Bob's your uncle, or Frank, or Tom, George, or whoever. That's the manual, right? Okay. See if it starts. First time we pulled this thing over, so. Wow! Water coming in the hose already. That's just the final, eh? I'm going out to the wrong. Okay, so. So, it's sucking air because that hose is so light that it's just moving with the waves. Alright, let's see if we can make things wet over there. Right in the water. really, it's not that loud. Let's go see if we can get this hooked up to the other system. This is why I didn't video the assembly over here. You can't see. Now, I have some surplus fire hose. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna hook up to that end. Maybe a case of just cutting it, putting it around it, and clamping it. We'll see. Well, I have to use a whole nother length of hose. Guess so. James, this one's for you, buddy. Even got that one on video too. That's pretty good. I hate doing this, but I'm going to cut this yellow line and clamp it over that. Hopefully. Yeah. Cross your fingers, folks. I'm going to cut this about halfway to. I need the other end. I can use it. Surplus. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Which end do I want? The one I just threw away. Yeah, right. Get on there. Okay, so. And then the double barbed thing just went right. That ain't gonna do it. Yay. Okay, so adapter in hand, nothing fancy. I'll be right back. I gotta get some slipping bucket. So, 2-inch lay flat, using the same as 2-inch other stuff. Other end. Other end. Well, let's go see if it works. Okay, so just like before, I'm gonna prime the pump. I got this strainer pinned under a rock on the shoreline so it doesn't cavitate the pump. Cavitating the pump is happens when air gets into the pump. Air is compressible, water is not. All this other good stuff. There's a whole bunch of science to it. But anyway, let's see if this thing works. I would say this little benchmark works just fine. Little 7-horse, available at Home Hardware here in Canada. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon, put a link in the description or something like that. At the very least, I'll put it on the screen. I haven't got my 1,000 subscribers, so I can't put the actual link in, so you might have to type it. Do so. I think you'll be happy with this pump. You need one like this. Thanks for coming by, folks. Glad you enjoyed this little video. I'm going to enjoy this little pump. The garden's going to be happy. And, well, keep things wet. Cheers, folks. Take care. Till the next time.